we start the video, I just want to let you know that I do have a Patreon, and it's the only way to keep this channel alive. If you want to be a member of my Patreon, it's in the link in the description down below. In order to react to videos like these, since this is a Patreon requested video, I have to let you guys know, you only be a member, you have to be a Hobidon hero or a Hobidon protector on my Patreon. This will allows you to request for videos in the future and maybe some artwork. That's all I have to say. I hope you guys get the message, and like I said, if you want to request a video, you got to be a member on my Patreon. That's the only way to do so, and it's in this link in the description down below. Now, enough of that. Let's get on to the reaction, shall we? And I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and let's get this started. What is up, YouTube? Frosted Hobidon here, and today I'm back with another here, and today I'm back with another reaction video requested on Patreon by Nevin Funzel. He wanted me to react to Kirby's lore, the cornering matter of Shiver Star. This is from Wooly Versus, another content creator I have never heard of. So yeah, this is requested on Patreon, and the Patreon rules, like I said in the beginning, if you want to request a video, follow the rules. Now, make sure to support the official release of this content creator. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, show your support, subscribe to them, and subscribe to my channel to be notified for later videos. Like, comment, subscribe. Pretty much helps out. If you want to help out another way, be a member on my Patreon to keep the channel alive, or hit the join button. It's right there. It's right there in front of you. Now, that being said, without further ado, let's get on to reaction. Let's see what we're getting ourselves into. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, booming noise. Okay. That's getting bigger. Good music so far.
Bending the laws of space-time to one's will, ripping open its fabric to come and go as one pleases, is a simple thing.
For a
One
deity,
only need
pretty
hold
much
a shard from the planet Ripple Star. A known catalyst for raw purifying energy, the full capabilities of an unbroken shining crystal remain unknown. But the urgency with which the flying inhabitants of Ripple Star fight to defend it surely implies an understanding that no cost is too high to keep it from falling into the hands of those who would find the concept of free will to be a mild inconvenience.
Ugh. That is disturbing.
Better broken in the hands of none than intact but controlled by formless entities of unnerving origin. We find ourselves in the thick of a race to reunite the crystal shards.
Right.
They've been scattered throughout the universe in the final moments before the fall of Ripple Star. But the fate of this place and the ominous black thing that emerged from the pit are not the focus of our study today.
Oh, really?
Today we move to look at one of the countless ends of the galaxy that the shards scattered to. Shiver Star, a frozen wasteland covered entirely in ice and snow. We're told that the people who lived here have long since moved away.
Well, I'm pretty sure if I'd be on that planet, I'd be a lot more powerful there. For Hobidons like us, the cold temperatures makes us stronger. So if I'd be on that planet, you would not stand a chance against me.
A brief stop in an abandoned structure supports the idea that this was once a place of commerce brimming with life. A subsequent stop to a self-operating factory, however, brings into question what kind of life, as we see test tube after test tube lined up containing unknown floating homunculi.
Have y'all played this game, by the way?
Disfigured forms
let me know in the comments down below.
Questionably living things. It does not seem a stretch to imagine these unholy abominations have never known existence outside of the vat they were grown in. And with the land now forsaken by its former populace,
that's disturbing.
Perhaps they never
In so
will.
many ways.
A last stop at the end of this factory reveals the final creation of the former inhabitants of Shiver Star.
Okay.
A hostile automated machine of war known as HRH. It appears to attack and annihilate all living things it detects without prejudice.
All living things.
Could it have played a role in the vanishing of the inhabitants?
Probably.
As we leave Shiver Star, if we look a little closer at its landmasses from space, one might notice they seem familiar.
Oh.
This world is our world. This future is our future. The existence of undead gods and toys of genocide is not some far place that we can observe from safe distance. It's here. It's coming. And all signs point to most of us not making it.
That's crazy.
The dead thing known as the Earth has long since been abandoned and forgotten by any who would know its name. Those who journey there now know not how many billions of lives met their end and returned to nothing before the peaceful snow covered them forever.
That sounds like a downer.
But what replaced the human race? What floats in the clouds above the dead Earth? An official description of this post-apocalyptic wasteland offers us one final clue.
What's that?
Snowy and cold, Shiver Star is a winter wonderland. A wonderland full of monsters and dark matter.
That's not good. Okay, good to know. I think he has another video that he wants me to react to. This was very interesting. Kirby, learning some Kirby lore. And let's see what this second video is all about. 9 minutes long. All right. Dark Matter Trilogy. Oh, back to this music.
You are zero. You are a boundless, amorphous sapience, floating agelessly, surrounded on all sides
the
by
creepy eyeball
oblivion.
Kirby fights some weird-looking monsters
outside the numbness of endless chaos, a world of fleeting life, meaningless in its inception, meaningless in its finality, but ultimately persistent.
Sounds boring.
The concept of a body means very little to you. A thought is all it takes to bleed a little of your own consciousness into a smaller vessel, which can carry out its own existence simultaneously as an extension of your will, subject to your will.
It's weird that Kirby fights these things.
And should be.
Kirby and his friends fight these things.
There is only you. You are zero.
Ugh.
The meaningless life forms grow and spread their fleeting existence from planet to planet, searching endlessly for an end to their misery. They spread to new galaxies. They die. They name the endless chaos around you the hyperzone. They die. They discover molecules of your essence and refer to it as dark matter. They die. They create elaborate reality interfacing tools. They die. They forget everything about themselves and cease to even search for purpose in their fleeting lives. They die. They are now content to merely exist, then die without consequence. The longer you observe, the more this continued measure of futility appears to march on. You are zero. With a thought, an endless reign of your living consciousness swarms the universe and introduces meaning to the meaningless, consequence to the inconsequential.
That's very terrifying.
You are zero. The life forms are now also zero. The only thing sacrificed in the process is free will, and nothing of importance was lost.
That is disturbing.
You are a vessel of zero. You are you, but you are also zero. Traveling the universe alone for eternity and a day, your life of isolation eventually happens across a planet known as Popstar. Its life forms are helpless. making choices and living lives without Zero. These life forms do not know Zero, so to them, you're dark matter. They appear to be happy, but that's only because they don't understand. How could they? You've decided. They must all become Zero. But somewhere within the subconscious that is formed in your isolation from Zero, you learn about them, and you take a form that these life forms would think highly of. An honorable warrior. Perhaps then, this isolation will end.
Meta Knight.
But are you still Zero?
Meta Knight is so cool.
You are Zero. Or you were Zero. But it seems like you're actually just dark matter? You can't really remember. You used to be part of something bigger, with purpose. But for some reason, those memories and feelings are gone. You find yourself quickly in the company of new friends. These friends call you Gooey. It feels good to have friends.
It is good to have friends.
But more importantly, you're hungry. The warrior known as Dark Matter concentrated its efforts to the central Popstar location of Dreamland. Strangely, instead of possessing all inhabitants, it only possesses the self-proclaimed king, and instigates a campaign of terror by isolating the islands of Dreamland from each other by stealing their connecting rainbow bridges.
Wow.
Straying from the ideals of Zero, Dark Matter appeared to be out for victory by conquest instead of mind slavery.
I see.
It was not at all surprising that the life forms would eventually mount a resistance. Dark Matter expected as much, and would readily reveal its true form to quell the threat. But what was surprising was that the very essence of that which he stole, the rainbow drops, would come to forge a blade that could withstand and riposte his power. In this naivete, the first known case of dark matter,
I remember that in the
of its
gameplay,
creator, was defeated.
Kirby here to save the day.
One can imagine that the failure of one of Zero's vessels of consciousness in its isolated defeat would nevertheless capture the attention of the source. It would not be surprising, then, to know that the higher presence itself would turn its attention to the direction of Dreamland.
Right.
At a whim, the sky is blotted out with a mass of dark matter, the likes of which has never been seen. Almost all life on Popstar is relieved of free thought.
Oh wow, that's creepy. That's King DDD?
Two individuals. One with origins mysteriously linked to Zero. The other with origins mysteriously linked to long-dead things.
You're making
Unaware
this
of
very
just how
bleak,
many
buddy.
tools of the ancients could be found waiting on this particular planet, the dark matter mass has its plans fall short, in no small part due to a confluence of events. The presence of an immune, traitorous vessel of Zero with no memory, combined with a weaponized artifact of concentrated positive energy, created the perfect antithesis to the negative force of dark matter. Feeling inexplicable pain for what must be the first time in its existence, the defeat of another dark matter vessel necessitated following it into the hyperzone itself.
I wouldn't call Kirby dark matter. I mean, he has a void.
Zero.
His mouth is basically an endless void.
Eviscerated and gutted to the core, in a fit of unfathomable rage, the bloodied, weeping eye, the embodiment of long suffering,
this freaked me out when I saw
its torn socket, casts off its old flesh and moves in to kill
this
the
is too gruesome for a Kirby movie, for a Kirby game.
Within its gaping maw. Zero.
I was gonna say movie. Kirby didn't get a movie yet, or maybe he has. I don't know.
Death to being such a Zero, however, is less of a conclusion and more of an educational experience. As the river of time ebbs and flows, breaking course into different forks, beings inexplicably related to the source of dark matter appear in unexpected places, at unexpected times, with unexpected names. When Zero's
Kirby has
next
fought
seen
this thing
again,
multiple times.
it is lurking in the skies of a frozen husk of the planet once called Earth. No longer
you
turning
talked
its
about that in the
attentions
last
towards
video.
planet Popstar, but instead the fairy life forms of similar planet Ripple Star. As good a place to start as any. Angelic, damaged, and forever weeping a tear of blood, 02 bears no ill will towards the meaningless living things. Its desire to mind-slave all life comes from a place of benevolent liberation. After all,
that's a cool
it is
artwork.
Officially described as a benevolent creature. 02 rarely presents any trouble in the cloud levels of Shiver Star. Not unlike humanity's choice to eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and live by their own decisions. The inhabitants of Popstar could not have known that their great sin was mere existence outside of the mental enslavement of the endless sentient void. When the skies turn black as bubbling pitch, and the bleeding begins, the bulging, uncaring eye of the void will make no effort to explain its intentions. Quite simply, it doesn't. Its presence represents a concept. You no longer have a say in being you. The flesh vessel you currently inhabit will now be piloted by the will of the void, until said worthless vessel has rotted into nothing. Your former consciousness will be vacated, reduced to the role of voiceless spectator in your own head, henceforth until your end, and in the name of Zero, it will be considered a mercy.
Yikes. Okay then. Kirby lore. Well, that was Kirby lore. I managed to do all the videos. Evan Punzel, thank you for the requests. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know. And as always, take care, have a great day, be safe, and most importantly, stay frosty and stay healthy out there. Catch you all later. Make sure to wash your hands and be good to others. Alright, this has been a fun reaction, and I look forward to future videos in the future. Take care, everyone.
Nah, must have just nodded off for a sec. Probably one of those sex dreams I've read about. The symbolism's very disturbing!